It ain't gonna take that. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, back for another 90-day fiance before the 90 days. I don't like these people. Let's get into it. So Jeffrey, you guys, somebody let me know in the comments about Jeffrey's past, and I got online and saw that Sarcasm had put up a whole list of things going on with Mr. Jeffrey. Okay, I was calling him Joffrey because there's an O in there. Okay, I don't care if it's Joffrey or Jeffrey, nobody cares. Okay, either way, he made us feel bad for him because he lost his 1-year-old son, but he's a drug addict and he's abusive. Okay, in 2019 he's still dealing with this case where he supposedly beat up and kept his girlfriend captive in his apartment. Something tells me somebody's still partaking in such things. Okay, he was selling it and using it as far as I'm concerned. I told y'all he gave me crazy eyes. That's what's going on. And y'all be sitting up here talking about why y'all think everybody doing Kirk. And y'all always saying to me, why y'all think everybody doing cocaine? Well, everybody is. That's why. Goddamn 90-day fiance, and this was going on. So Joffrey is getting ready to go to Russia to meet Varya. And his sons hope it works out, but they are worried that Varya is just trying to get a green card and that she just wants his money. And I'm like, that's not all, okay? But most women, if they're gonna get with a crazy ass white dude like Jeffrey, it's because he has money and he looks good. Those are the two reasons why anybody would be with Jeffrey, until they understand how crazy he is. Okay, what happened to the last girlfriend? We just gonna completely exclude that, huh? I see y'all. And I'm looking at them sons worrisome as well. And y'all, when I saw his charges, I kind of got upset because I was like, this is how white people get away with shit that black people can't get away with. Because he only got 30 months, all right, in like 2001. They still had hefty drug sentences back then, okay? Really hefty. So I was bothered when I heard that he was, you know, arrested with 5 pounds of marijuana and a few ounces, maybe 2 ounces of cocaine. And $15,000, meaning that was definitely intent to distribute. That wasn't his first charge either. He got 30 months for that, y'all. Y'all may think that's a lot, but they got homeboys that's still in jail right now because they sold weed in 1998. Okay? So I just kind of feel like it's amazing. Ain't it amazing, the racism that happens in the criminal justice system? And then you get him on a reality show where we supposed to feel bad for him, but in all honesty, he's a maniac that really probably should still be in jail. But you know what? We're gonna let it go. We're gonna let it go. Oh, look, he talks about his time in prison for selling dope. Okay, he hopes that Varya can get past his past criminal record, even though he's still dealing with it. That case with that girlfriend happened in 2019. He's still dealing with that case to this day. So I don't know how she gonna get past something that's not exactly in the past, but okay. That's why I think it's so funny that the sons are worried about Varya's motives, and it's like, y'all need to be worried about her safety once she gets here. Okay, will your daddy go out on a coke binge and come back and beat her up and try to take her cell phone so she can't call the cops like he did his last girlfriend? So then we meet Varya. Y'all, did y'all notice that at one point, I can't talk about nobody's eye, but I swear to God, at one point I didn't know where her eyes were looking. I thought they were both looking in two definitely different directions. They were doing like that. Can't talk about nobody's eyes, but I just want to know if I'm the only one that noticed it. Was I tripping? Because it could have been my eyes. Hell, my eyes are terrible. That's why I'm always squinting. You ain't gonna catch me. So her friends are worried about this situation with Jeffrey. They think he might just be some crazy American man that can do anything to her. They don't understand her meeting up with him by herself, staying in a hotel room with him. They're not comfortable with any of that, so they kind of talk her out of it. But even they said that she was just trying to get to America. When your friends say that you're just trying to get to America, girl, she says that getting to America is just icing on the cake because he's sexy. I said he is sexy. He does seem to have a good sense of humor. I get all of that. But at the same time, child, sometimes getting to America ain't worth it, girl. Especially if you're going into the home of somebody that could possibly be, you know, hitting your head up against the floor and the walls, like it said in the police report that he did with the last girlfriend. I'm gonna let it go. But he flies for 24 hours to get to Russia to meet Varya, and it is so awkward. After the initial hug and all of that, it's very awkward. There are awkward silences. She felt like his energy was weird. Both of their energies were weird. But of course, this is their first time meeting. Hopefully over time that will get better. But yeah, you guys, I'm nervous about Jeffree and Varia. Y'all, Darcy. Y'all, Darcy's back and even more bloated in the face than before. Okay, y'all, I want her and her sister to stop. Stop, y'all. Stop, y'all looking crazy in the face. It's okay to have a few wrinkles. It is not okay to look like your face can explode at any given time. Like the lips, the cheek, like it's way too much, okay? As much as I think Darcy and her sister are super cute, okay? But I also feel like there is a lot of immaturity, a lot of vapidness going on between them, because I think they care about their looks way too much. And they don't care enough about what's going on the inside. And I feel like that's a problem, because Darcy doesn't have enough self-esteem to fit inside of a pin-sized cap. So I'm trying to understand why you spend that much money on your looks when it don't work. You don't feel better, do you? You still feel like you didn't deserve time in his turkey neck, and I don't understand why. Why? Because he made you feel like he was fancy because he had a damn accent? Girl, stop being so easily impressed. Okay, you need to be with an American man so that you can have some self-confidence about you when you interact with them. I feel like men being from other countries makes you feel like in some way they're more sophisticated than you, and they could possibly be, but ultimately as a woman it is very unattractive for you to be so terrible as it pertains to your self-esteem. You know, we got to go through the montage of all of the different times that Darcy has cried since she's been on 90 Day Fiancé, you know, the shortened version, okay? We got to talk about Jesse and how terrible he was to her. Then we got to talk about how she thought that time was the fairy tale, and then I just don't think I'm good enough for you. You know what I'm saying? We had to go through all of that. They broke up, got back to the reunion, to the tell-all, got back together, but then when he got back to England, it didn't seem like they were getting back together. I think Tom is using Darcy to be on 90 Day Fiancé, and I think she knows that, okay? She knows it because she hung up on him this episode. I was proud of her for a second. So at first we thought Darcy was being thirsty because she was trying on a wedding dress, and then Stacey comes out and she's in a wedding dress, but really they have a a design company or something like that, or a clothing line that they named after their brother who passed away. So they want to venture into designing wedding dresses, so they were kind of just doing some research to be inspired and all of that. And I'm like, okay, all right, y'all are cute. And then they take their little matching asses down to a cafe and talk about the situation with Tom and how Stacey feels like she thought that Tom was a good guy, but really he's just playing games with Stacey. I said, yeah. And we mad you didn't notice it when y'all was on that trip, because we noticed it. So then later on, we see Tom and Darcy FaceTime, and it's very awkward. He gets on the phone talking about, you know, he's busy enjoying life. And I feel like it's something you say when you're trying to throw something in somebody's face. Like, why would you say that to her like that? Oh, are you enjoying your life so much, huh? And he's so busy and all of this. Like, shut up, Tom. Like, you're perpetrating ass. I'm just saying, he does perpetrate. Anyway, he said that he's coming to New York for a business meeting. He'll be in the Jersey area, and you know that Darcy stays in Connecticut. So he wants her to come to town to meet with him. And she's like, she wants to know why, because she don't want to be like it was with Jesse when she met him thinking that they was about to get back together, but really he met up with her so he can dump her. She was like, if you're gonna dump me, just dump me over the phone, okay? And he's like, well, you know, I just want to meet with you so, you know, I can just see where things are. She feeling like it's bullshit, okay? And she says that to him. She was like, I don't know, I'm questioning your motives. And he's like, well, you know, I'm really busy right now and I have to go. I'll let you know, call you later. And she's like, you know what, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to New York. I gotta go too. Bye. And hangs up the phone. I said, good for you, Darce. Good for you. At least for a second. Okay, I'll take any moment when she's not crying or feeling sorry for herself. And in this moment, she had her wits about her enough to feel like, I cannot trust him. Oh, now you want to talk because the cameras are around. Okay, she could be in on it for all I know. But I just kind of felt like I was glad to see her not being so thirsty for a man's attention that she will ignore all of the signs telling her that he's full of shit. So y'all, Lisa and Usman, all right? She video chats with Usman, and he talks about how he's gonna kiss her and then slap her. And I'm thinking he's talking about slapping her on the butt for all of the drama that she brings to his life, okay? She's constantly concerned about females and his fans and his homeboys and all of this stuff. And his girl, please stop putting 20 on 10 with this man's celebrity, okay? He got 20,000 people following him on Instagram. Does not mean that he's gonna be running from paparazzi while y'all are out there in Nigeria. Cut it out. Lisa, please cut it out. I hate the way she's just a carbon copy of Angela. Like, with all of the insecurity and saggy titties to match, it's too much, okay? It's too much of the same foolishness, okay? Lisa is also worried about getting Usman's mom's blessing, okay? She's supposed to just go to the store and buy the goat and get the lady blessing. And he says that's a step in the right direction, but that does not mean that she's going to give her blessing just because you bought her a goat one time, because his mother is worried that Lisa might be trying to trick Usman into slavery. And she's like upset about it, but I'm like, you know that happened, right? I was like, that's good for you, Mom. Be nervous, okay? Because in all honesty, even though Angela loves her son Michael and all of that, you want him to be a slave, basically. You just want sex to be included in it. Which makes it no different than the slavery from the 17, 16, 15, and you know, early, mid 1800s. And early 1900s for some people. Sharecropping, I'm sure. Then he gets a little click on the phone, which tells her that somebody called, and she's like, was it a woman that called you? I'm like, girl, if you don't stop, like, you need to go and be with somebody that's ugly and old if you gonna be this insecure. Damn phone beeping. Now she thinking he about to click over to cheat on her. I cannot, okay? She wants all of his attention on her during their trip, and she makes sure to tell him she don't have time for all of his friends to be around, or all of his fans, or all of the groupies. She wants all the attention to be on her. Okay, so she meets with her friends to tell them that she's leaving to go on this trip, and she tells them about Usman and how he is a celebrity. His name is Soldier Boy. Why both of these old ass white people knew that we already had a Soldier Boy here and that it was spelled differently. I died laughing. I said, somebody has used before in their life. Then she tells them about the song he wrote and how he had to put together a video for that song. So she thought that he was going to be able to find some white woman in Nigeria to play her in the video. I was like, they're in Nigeria. You do understand that there aren't a lot of white women there, right? Like, you do get that, right? She seemed like she didn't understand that at first. I was so aggravated with her being upset. She's basically told him that she is no longer going to recognize that song as being about her if he does not change the video, even though they already shot the video with a young black Nigerian woman. Very beautiful girl. But it's like, they're in Nigeria, bitch. Do you not understand? Like, there are not a lot of white women walking around. They're not, okay? What you wanted them to get Angela when she went over there the last time and get her to do the video? Them people don't know each other. The friends bring up the crime in the remote area of Nigeria that she's traveling to, and of course she says the same thing I said. Like, okay, they got crime there, there's crime here as well. Like, people get shot and stabbed every day here just like they do in Nigeria. Like, calm down, like, as far as the crime is concerned. Now, I wouldn't be worried the way she's worried. Like, she's white, so she should be worried. Like, you're sticking out like a sore thumb. I feel like I would be able to blend in. If I didn't talk, you wouldn't know. I mean, they probably think you from somewhere else in Africa if I don't look like a Nigerian person. I'm not sure, like, how I'm supposed to look, okay? Like, I know I don't look like Rotimi, okay? Like, my mind goes too far. Before she leaves, she meets up with her friend Nikki and her friend Nikki's mom, I think, and they both have been to Africa before because they had a mission, and their nurse, the mama was a nurse, I think, so they used to do missions to Africa, and they even had this very silent, dark-skinned lady that was there with them, and I was like, was she from Africa? Because she wasn't saying nothing, and she was just standing there. I thought it was weird. Did they say who she was, y'all? I missed it. Never mind. Either way, they brought her some condoms because they know that Lisa is planning on having unprotected sex with Usman because she says he's been tested. And they feel like, I don't care if he's been tested. He could have got it between the time he got tested and now. You can't trust that he didn't. So please wear these damn condoms. Lisa says she won't be wearing them. She's going out there to enjoy herself. On the ride to the airport, they discuss how they think he might be a Yahoo boy. Child, I thought a Yahoo boy was something completely different. Because they said he lived with a bunch of men, so they thought he might be a Yahoo boy. Child, I thought that meant something different. But apparently what that means is, in Nigeria there are a whole bunch of scammers, right? So the scammers will all live together and scam from the same apartment. So that's what a Yahoo boy is, a scammer who lives with other scammers. She doesn't think that's what he is. Child. We gonna see. I mean, he did shoot a music video, but she says that she wants to be more involved in his music career when she gets there because she thinks it's moving too slow. So she gonna take control of his career. I said, girl, his mama should be scared. You want to control everything. That does sound like slavery. His mother should definitely be worried. But yeah, y'all, can't wait for Lisa and Usman to be together. Y'all, then we see Ed, all right? Ed goes to his other job because he's a hustler, baby. He's an interior designer, and he talks to his friend and co-worker, Kyra, and she's seen him talk to Rose on live before because, you know, he's about to leave to go and see Rose. And she says that Rose is sweet. She'll give her that, but she wishes that she knew more about Rose, okay? Everybody's worried that Ed is being taken advantage of, especially when Ed shares how much money he spent and how many gifts he sent to her, okay? I thought she never got none of the gifts because Kyra was like, do you know about going over there? Okay, because her mother is Filipino, so she knows about the area. She's like, do you know about the mosquitoes? Do you know about the flying cockroaches? Do you know about the weather? Do you know about the food? You got a food sensitivity. He was like, yeah, I sent a grill to her apartment. He's supposed to be staying with her and her sister at their apartment that's at the front of a at the back of a restaurant or a store or something like that. Child, I wasn't sure. All I know is he should have got a hotel room. Okay, that sounds terrible. You should have got a hotel room, but you're a creepy old man that's trying to get it in with a young girl, so of course you're gonna stay at her little bitty apartment that may not have running water. Should have got a hotel. Really should have got a hotel. He just didn't have realistic, you know, realistic hopes about the situation. I don't think he was thinking about any of the things that his friend brought up. You know, you need to make sure you get your shots and all of that type of stuff. Like, yeah, the homegirl knew what she was talking about. And when she started talking about the flying cockroaches, I bust out laughing because, y'all, there are flying cockroaches here in Louisiana. We definitely have flying cockroaches. They don't fly at us all the time, but they fly. Child, I'm itching thinking about it. Whoo, Lord, that's why I like living out in the suburbs instead of living in the city. In the city, there are way more cockroaches. I don't know what it is about living where there's grass. But if you got a front and a back lawn, you usually don't have as many, you know, outside roaches around your property. You might get them maybe once or twice a year in the garage or one that come in through the pipes or something like that. But all in all, you never really see them the way you see them in the city. I promise you. Okay, I walked into Joe's apartment one day when we was living in the city and the window was left open. Girl, okay? Don't even bring me back. I had to kill like 8 or 9 roaches all by myself, and they were huge and they were flying, and I had to kill them. And I'm going back to that moment in my mind. Oh my God. Okay, back to the show. Ed tells Kyra that Rose's sister just recently texted him and asked him for money. And he's worried that Rose might be in on it in some type of way. And yeah. Probably. She probably is in on it. She's never asked him for money, but the sister asked for money. So that's something to be worried about. But you know they think you got money and you kind of do have money. So of course they're going to ask, oh, you gonna come here and have sex with my sister? Where's the money? I'm sorry, but that's how people who lived in impoverished places look at Americans. You're an opportunity, Ed. Duh. Then he meets with another friend. Y'all, he got so many friends, okay? He meets with another friend, a male friend, and he's showing him all the stuff he's packing to take with him, you know, including, you know, sex stuff, but also the ring that he's bringing. And the homeboy was like, please don't bring this ring with you. Do not bring this ring with you, bro. You are crazy. You have lost your damn mind. You don't know this girl. You've never even met her. Like, just completely at his wits' end with Ed and his foolishness. Then he talks to the friend about how not only has he been lying about his height with Rose, she wants to have another child. She already has one son that she got calling him daddy, but she wants to have another child with Ed. But Ed is 50-something years old and doesn't want to have any more children, and he wants to get a vasectomy. So that's something that they have to talk about. When he's at the airport, he tries to call his daughter one more time before he leaves, and she doesn't answer. So he leaves a video message saying how much he loves her and how much he really would like to talk to her when he gets back. After he sends that to her, she calls him. And she's like, you know, when are you coming back, Dad? And he was like, well, I'm coming back this day. She was like, okay. He was like, well, can we talk then? And she was like, yeah, we can talk then. He was like, okay, well, you know, I'm really glad you called. He was all emotional. He's so glad that she called him back. And it's because he's traveling. So I'm sure she was like, I don't want anything to happen to my dad. And the last thing I said to him was something bad. I'm sure that's what went through her mind. And he knew that. That's why he was being all sad and shit in that video he sent her. So she says that she loves him and they'll talk when he gets back. And he's so happy. You know, he's all emotional. But he's leaving leaving to go and meet with, you know, Rose with a clear mind about how his daughter feels about it. And y'all know she's upset because Rose is 6 years younger than her. So she feels like my daddy's a creep that's bothersome to me. So I don't want to talk to him right now, which is understandable. So y'all, Avery. I don't know why last episode I was calling her Adrian, but her name is Avery, okay? Avery, why do we keep getting all these same names? Like, y'all feel like, you know, we already had an Avery. Why do you keep getting people with the same names all the time? How many mics have we had? We have 5 million mics on this show. Anyway, y'all, Avery FaceTimes Ash, and he has a son named Taj, who we finally get to see. And there's a possibility that Taj might be coming to America at some points with Ash. So Avery wants to make sure that she meets at least meets, because she hasn't met his ex yet. His baby mama has not met her, but she would like to have some type of interaction with her before the son comes to America, because, you know, she's a mom and she would want to know who her child was going to be living with. Understandable. Ash says that he will make sure that happens, but there is definitely something about Ash that is not to be trusted. Definitely knows what to say. Crazy eyes, okay? Like, yeah, I don't trust him. And the fact that she has broken up with him 3 different times should let her know that she shouldn't be trying to rush into getting married with him, moving with him, none of that, okay? But here she is, ignoring all of the signals, ignoring all of the breakups, ignoring his past as well, to go and be with this man. Child, I don't know what's wrong with people. Avery need to find her somebody that she can do a statewide background check on. How much information do you really have on him? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, she asked him why he and his ex broke up. He says they grew apart. Y'all know what that means. He was cheating on her. That's what that means. You ain't fooling nobody. So now she's worried that they may be having some of the same issues he had with his ex. She should be worried. She should be very worried. She goes and tells her family that she's leaving to go and be with this guy, and they have never even heard of Ash before. So the fact that she's going to another country to stay with someone she's never met before, her family is very worried about that. They don't understand why she can't find somebody, you know, here in America or in their state for that matter. They don't get it. Her mom is very weirded out by it. She doesn't understand forming deep relationships with people online either. So yeah, they're worried. What if he's aggressive? But she's just really hoping and praying and thinking that everything will work out just fine. I said, girl, I hope it is. I mean, there are cameras there, so you can just about guess that you won't be, you know, assaulted or anything when everything is on camera. But she is supposed to be staying with him, right? So yeah, something, I'm not here for Ash. I saw that preview to next week's episode, and the florist said the dude got so many girlfriends, okay? Like, he got a lot of girls. I said, oh yeah, I'm worried now. So y'all, we get to Yolanda. Y'all, it's so sad. It's so sad. Somebody said they had another black lady on here one time. It was on the first season. Yeah, I missed that. My bad. I didn't watch the first season. But either way, Yolanda is made to be a fool, y'all. She is calling, trying to get the information so she can book her flight and her hotel. And she don't know where the hell she going. She gets on the phone with Williams for a few minutes. I said, that sounds like a black man. That even sounds like a Nigerian. She is being scammed. Okay, she is definitely being scammed. He don't know what the airport is or where he's sending her. He gets off the phone and he texts her ASP, and she couldn't find that. Then he was saying it was London. Then he was saying it was Manchester. He didn't know where he was sending her, okay? And she asked for him to give her some definite information about where the hell she's going, and he has yet to give it to her. Her daughter was sitting there the whole time, so she kind of was made to look like a fool in front of her daughter, so she felt embarrassed. And now she doesn't know what to think. And I said, you should think that you got scammed, Yolanda. That's what you should think. She even talked about how when he tried to ask her for the money so he could come there, how she wouldn't give it to him, and he kind of got upset about that. The fact that he even got upset, child, the fact that he even asked you was a huge red flag. And I think just because she's so saddened by her, you know, her husband or whatever you want to call him, because I don't think they were married, her man's passing, her baby daddy, okay? I think she is so heartbroken by that, and just in so much need for love and affection, that she's willing to ignore everything. Okay, just willing to ignore all of the things that she knows doesn't make sense because she wants to be in a relationship with somebody so bad. And I think that's so sad, but I also think that's stupid. Yolanda, ma'am, if you can do all of these swirls, you need to know better. Okay, you did all of these swirls, but you don't know no better? You know how much time it takes to do all them little swirls and shit on the side with a toothbrush? It takes time to get those swirls right, which means you have time on your hands and you should have done your research. And the fact that you couldn't video chat with him in no type of way should let you know there's a problem. It is 2020, and at this time, probably 2019, which is the same damn thing. You should be able to video chat with somebody. By computer, by library, by cell phone. It needs to be somewhere where you can see their face. So the fact that you haven't should let you know that you cannot trust him. And why has nobody told her that that is not an English accent? Child, I gotta go. That's it, that's all. 9-day fiance done tired me out. I hope y'all enjoyed the review though. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.